I've been at the Salk Institute quite a long time, but I've always been an outlier in a sense. Jonas Salk actually asked me to set up a little lab here. I was the only one working with people directly. I've always been fascinated with language. At that time, nobody thought there was anything like language among deaf people. We discovered and uncovered this particular languages that deaf people have invented on their own. And they were languages of the hand and in the eyes. I was working in my lab late at night, and I got a phone call. And it was a woman who said, Noam Chomsky told me to call you. And Noam Chomsky is, of course, the guru of linguistics. And she told me such interesting stories. And then she said, just let me bring her once. And her daughter was then 14 years old. When she did bring her daughter, it was an extraordinary experience. I was hooked from that moment on. Then I looked around, and there was absolutely nothing available in any literature on what was called Williams syndrome. At the very beginning, we had this one child. We called her Crystal because she was our crystal ball. I asked her what would she want to be when she gets older, and she said, I'm going to be a storyteller. I'm going to make up stories. I'm going to write stack after stack, book after book. And I thought that was beautiful, but also poignant, because she couldn't read or write. We didn't limit ourselves to anything. We wanted to know everything about Williams syndrome. It led us into many, many studies. We had questions that could only be answered by pulling in other teams. We developed experiments that hadn't been done before in order to get at what was the characteristic aspect of the Williams. The most important thing I think we found is that Williams syndrome holds keys to some of the most basic questions about what it means to be human. We could use a great deal of this in the world today, in a world where people are against one another. Williams is kind of like a shining beacon of understanding and helping others. It's such a privilege to be able to work with Williams Syndrome Association and to be able to do research with this very wonderful group of people.